Geno Auriemma became the winningest coach in NCAA history basketball with 1,217 wins. People ask a lot, how do you determine how great a coach is? The easiest answer is, well, look at the win-losses. How many win-losses do they have? Do they have any national championships? What do they have to their name? That's the easiest way. And that is a metric that obviously I go by. Like, did they win anything? Did they do anything? You know? But that's not the biggest metric that I go by. The biggest metric that I go by is, who do you have in your corner? Who do you, when it's all said and done, when something bad happens, when something good happens, who do you have to say to fight for you? Who do you have in your corner? Who have you coached that can say that you were a great coach? Who can you, if you need someone to give you a good a recommendation, who do you have? And when you look at Geno Auriemma and his extensive background in basketball, while the wins are great, it's the fact of just the sheer amount of present and future Naismith basketball Hall of Famers that you have on that roster, that you've coached, and the fact that there's been people that have come out and said some negative things about, let's say, Coach K. Not a lot of people, but there's been some people. There's been some people that have said things not so nice about Roy Williams. But I look at those people, and I look at the fact of Coach K continued to have NBA players. Whether you talk about Zion Williamson, whether you talk about Jason Tatum, Brandon Ingram, Quinn Cook, Jahlil Okafor, Jay Will, RJ Barrett, Cam Reddish. It's the fact that you keep getting people that could go anywhere. That's how I know. And Coach K was obviously huge with Team USA. That's how I know how great of a coach he is. Geno Auriemma, obviously it is a huge list, but you have Maya Moore, Diana Taurasi, Sue Bird, Nafisa Collier, Aaliyah Edwards, Swin Cash. There's been so many, Breonna Stewart. There's been so many women. Tina Charles. Mind you, UConn was an okay team before Geno Auriemma got there. They were cool. He turned them into a national powerhouse. They were good before he got there, but he made them a powerhouse. There's a difference between being good and being a powerhouse. To the point where that's the destination to go. Obviously you have places like Baylor, South Carolina, shouts out to Don Staley, LSU and stuff like that, Tennessee. Pat went back with Pat Summitt, but right now, you see Paige Beckers is probably going to go number 1 in the draft. Right now, UConn is the place to go if you want to find yourself in the best position. And You can look at the fact to say, well, of course he will have 1,250 or 17 wins. He's had all those Hall of Fame caliber players. And yeah, you can say that. But I would retort that by saying, well, they could have went anywhere. Breonna Stewart, I think, is from Syracuse. She didn't have to go to Connecticut. I don't know where Sue Bird's from. I don't know where Maya Moore's from, but I'm sure it was not Connecticut. I know for damn sure Nafisa Collier is not from Connecticut. Tina Charles is not from Connecticut. Paige Beckers is not from Connecticut. On top of that, he has 11 national championships, 23 Final Fours. He's an 8-time Coach of the Year. 8-time Naismith, Coach of the Year. 9-time AP Coach of the Year. And he has won 5 gold, 3 Olympic gold medals, 2 FIBA gold medals. Geno Auriemma, Geno Auriemma, which is his name, is undoubtedly one of the greatest coaches in basketball history. I know when we talk about the lineage and history of basketball, a lot of times women coaches get left out. As unfortunate as it is, that's just what we've seen. But there's no debating that Geno Auriemma is one of the greatest coaches ever. Pat Summitt is one of the greatest coaches ever. Rest in peace. Don Staley is one of the greatest coaches ever. Shouts out to Geno Auriemma for becoming the most winningest coach in D1 basketball history with 1,217 wins. And if you want to say, well, they asked me, how do you define greatness? This is from my YouTube viewers. If you see the picture behind me, I'm sorry for all my DSP listeners. There is a picture behind me of Geno Auriemma with probably damn near every player that he's coached. I just zoomed in so you can't see the whole picture. But in this picture, I see about, I'll say 10, 15, just in this picture that's zoomed in, 10 to 15 national champions. That is how you define it. The fact that they were able, they wanted to witness history. They wanted to support Geno Auriemma. That's how you that is bigger than any win he's had. That shows that he is a great coach. So shouts out Coach Auriemma for being the winningest coach in NCAA history in basketball. Oh, man, you stayed to the end of the video. I appreciate you. If you like what you saw, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you'll never miss any content from your boy. You can also go back and watch past episodes, past clips, and don't forget that the Unpopular Podcast, new episodes drop every Wednesday and Saturday. Appreciate you.